the money with that guess, hey?
Actually, yeah, it's pretty regular.
With a sense of relief, but hearing this thing run, it's amazing! It's alive!
Don't you hate it when you just gotta take one of those speed dumps?
Speed dumps?
Yep, had to take a speed dump this morning.
Morning! Well, I should say actually afternoon. We're back in the workshop, cracking away on the car. Now, today's actually dyno day, but we have to sort out some things before it can even get there. One being a leaky non-E85 safe line. We have Sam already on the way. He's already got the replacement fuel line, as well as the oil fittings for the oil thermostat lines and the cooler up here. However, UPS, I think you're in trouble with Sam. We are out still the lock kit, so I've had to put in the old lock kit. I'll come back to that in 2 seconds. Let me actually grab the snippers. Yeah, so Ben has just smashed out a dump for the car, so it has an exhaust. With the remaining exhaust that I've donated off my Spirit Ray Miyabi 180SX at home.
Gave it the chop this morning.
At least it's going to a good use. Yeah, AGI cage. Let's go check it out. So yeah, we have to not rush. Well, we are rushing, but we've really got to get this together and sorted and running enough to get it up to the dyno this afternoon and get it tuned. And then the plan is to buy better snippers, apparently. Get it on the trailer tonight and start heading down to Melbourne tomorrow. And it's a 17-hour drive down to Melbourne, so we're running out of time. Ignore the moon tan, guys. See, the last thing I have time to do is get a tan. This would not have been possible without our hoarding skills, that's for sure. Benjamin is currently donating tail shaft bolts to the build of his S13.
This is when guys go, how come you never got your car out and going?
Hold on, can you do that in English?
That was English.
Yeah, what'd you say?
This is when people ask, why are you never out driving?
Building cars.
Because I haven't got tail shaft bolts, guys.
Yeah.
Beastie tail shaft.
That is a beastie tail shaft for a S13.
Rust over there.
Go.
Yeah, we need a brake pedal pad. We're gonna raid your little rubber thing off your brake pedal. Bum-ba-dum. Nice. Alright, we are very short on time, so sorry I can't put this down into a time lapse or something. I'm just gonna get this smashed out.
Hi.
Your lines suck.
How you going with the Teflon lines here?
Yeah,
Teflon's crap.
Crap.
Great, but crap.
So Corey's rerunning the, what was it, 3.5 meter lines under the car?
Yeah, probably 3 meter.
Was it 8 and 10?
Dash 8, dash
Yeah,
6.
dash 6,
dash 6 return.
Okay, so it's in dash 6, dash 8. At the moment, Sam and I are trying to bleed the clutch and the brakes, but we've just found something horribly wrong with the clutch master. Not sure what's going on there. We've pulled all the nipples out and the thing is not bleeding, it's not even leaking. So it could be a case that the seal is just absolutely screwed. It's been sitting for a long time, and when we did pick it up, it had no fluid left in the master. And it's a pretty common thing for, if you get air in the masters, it can potentially screw them for good, regardless if they're new or old or not. So we're going to try and get the suction onto it and see if we can get it to start bleeding and pulling this fluid through. If we can't, then we're going to need a new master. In other updates, UPS has royally screwed us in terms of this lock kit. They use third-party contractors in Australia. They don't actually have a depot, so to say, in Australia. So Sam's actually had some of his fans, some of his UPS watchers update him on the status and the tracking of the Just Engineering lock kit, which was supposed to be coming over from Canada. It's in the never never somewhere, so even they can't tell where it is because Australia is literally like third-party contractors. They haven't updated the tracking correctly, etc, etc. So it's pretty disappointing. So we've had to come up with a plan B and a plan C. Plan B has been put in the old stuff just to get it to the dyno tomorrow morning. We have organised mattock tuning. Jesse has been an absolute legend working with us every step of the way. Whether we got it down after hours tonight or whether we got it down first thing break of dawn tomorrow morning, he's like, yeah, no, it's cool, man, just get it down to us, let's get it done. So that's going to be amazing. It's going to be a really early morning though. We have to leave here probably 5, so probably going to be working on the car all night. I'm guessing probably till midnight, 1, 2, get maybe an hour's sleep if that, get home, have a shower, something to eat, and then probably have to take off again, and then trailer the car to Toowoomba, get it dyno tuned for the day, bring it back, and then prepare, grab everything that we need, and then get out of here. We literally have to leave tomorrow afternoon for Melbourne. We are out of time, but we have got so much done on the car. It's been freaking crazy. It has been an amazing experience, and it's been fun to do with friends, but my god, it hasn't been hugely stressful purely due to the fact that everyone has the can-do attitude. If we had, you know, any negative Nellies, it would have made it so painful, but everyone's like, yeah, cool, all right, we have this problem, how can we solve it? Let's just get onto it, let's get it done. So we've been doing that all week with Sam, getting this car sorted, and yeah, like we said earlier, it's missing a stub axle out of the diff for who knows what reason. So thankfully, again, Ben and I have done our fair share of hoarding of R and S chassis over the years, so we have a couple of spare bits and we can raid our own cars just to get by, and get this thing out there and get it to Melbourne, get it drifting, and worry about fixing up our cars later and that kind of thing. So it's been very very busy. It's been quite a lot of sleep deprivation, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's better. That's, my finger can barely hold that pressure now. Yeah, but they usually bleed up a bit quicker than that. I thought that was cooked. Yep, try again. Oh, yeah, no, that, yep, no, we're blowing. We're blowing fluid over everything.
I heard a noise and I was like, oh.
Loki's saying, oh, wait.
Good thing I haven't put too much on that side.
Alright.
Joan came down to tell us that dinner was almost ready, and then
Stayed for the show.
yeah, and she stayed to hear it. She knows how much work we've been putting into this thing.
Oil leaks anywhere?
If you guys want to watch more of this, watch the continuation of this one. This will be mixed between mine and Sam's channel, but I'm going to put the camera down and just check over the car.
What about?
Wow, that sounds amazing. What's that clutch?
Still melted?
Oh, I see clutches. That's sick. So crisp.
What is that sound?
It's a weird sound, eh? Down that noise. So we're currently sorting out an issue with the DCT solenoid, which you'll hear if Sam revs it, you'll hear it go like, makes like a flackering noise, like pinging, or like piston slap. But when we were initially testing this DCT gear, it was very faint clicking, so it wasn't, there must be something not right with it.
This is the fun job.
This is the fun job. Yeah, sacrilegious job that is probably making a lot of you guys cry. We're hacking up an S15 in this 180 because the cage required for the LZ World Tour, it requires front hoops, and yeah, they've got to go, unfortunately. It doesn't fit. So goodbye S15.
Looks good though.
That's right. S15 is one of my favorite anyway. Okay, so this is where things are getting a bit fun. It is T-minus 6 hours until we have to get to the dyno. We're using the old bonnet that got damaged, and it's all bent and broken, and as you can see here, not a great bonnet.
Lack of being able to get the parts we needed in time, meaning we had to make our own forward facing, meaning it doesn't clear the bonnet, meaning there's no point in putting a fresh bonnet on there to cut a hole in it.
Long story short, yes. Yes, I was trying to keep it short, but essentially, yes. This bonnet is disposable, like it's meant to be going in the bin. So we're going to hack out the bonnet to clear the manifold that you can see under here, and it's going to pop out the bonnet because why not? Australia, yo, Australia. But you know, it's to get it by until we get the intake replaced and until the bonnet gets replaced, etc. So I think Sam wanted to get an Origin. Like the high-rise bonnet through the middle, so it's no big drama. We just need it ready for the dyno in 6 hours. So probably making Americans cry cutting up S15 dashes with a hacksaw. Where is it? It's over here. But it's what we have to do. The AGI cage needs to be in. That's the safety essentials. Obviously we're making do with what we've got, right down to even the air saw, which has been repaired with a pencil sharpener. Yes, that is a pencil sharpener. I know, it's rough as guts, but it's what we need to do to get the job done, so that's what we're doing. T-minus 5 hours, 55 minutes until dyno. So that's the essential part. Getting the car running, get it driving, get it drifting, get it ready for the LZ World Tour, and make it look pretty after. Keep in mind, this car has been built in like a week. It's been insane, the amount of work that we've done on this thing. It's been a lot of long nights, a lot of all-nighters, to be honest. A lot of running around. So much time and effort and hard work has gone into this car. We would not normally do this, so this is rough as guts. It is 0:30. Just got the AGI cage roughly assembled on the inside here. It is a big cage. Sorry, my camera can't zoom out enough while I'm sitting in here, but take my word for it. It is, yeah, beastie. But that is now roughly in. Benjamin has been battling the bonnet for the past hour or so as well, and has rage quitted and grabbed the angle grinder. We were trying to be considerate, but there's only a certain level of conspiracy you can have while building race cars at midnight. But we have a hole, which is good. We have clearance, and we're getting there. And yeah, okay, so wipers, hangers, overflow, tie rod, seat, cage, stub axle, rear wheel, clutch. Oh yes, that's not fun. That means we have to go dig through the cars at home and go find a diff and disassemble a diff or pull a diff out of the car at 1 in the morning. Well, the bonnet has its hole cut, and we've done what we could with bonnet pins. This is all pre-existing stuff that was on the car when we got it. This bonnet is really not good at all. It's very flimsy. It's not in good condition at all, but we've had to work with what we've got. So that's just how it is. We've got duct tape. Somebody duct taped the bonnet. Oh my god. But yeah, it's a good thing that this is not staying on, to be honest. We have a problem. So for some reason, when we've been given this car, the previous place that it was stored at has taken out a rear stub axle. This is a late model car, so it has a viscous LSD, and it has a long stub and a short stub axle, which is uneven on either side, which is sometimes why you might get one wheel poking further than the other on an S chassis. However, what that means is we cannot use a replacement stub axle out of one of our cars, which you can see over here, because it is significantly longer, and that is not good. because it is 2 AM and this thing gets loaded up in 4 hours and is heading to a dyno at 7 AM that it can now no longer run on. So we're not sure what to do about the diff. Whether we try and pilfer another diff from one of our other cars, whether we've got one at home, whether by some almighty miracle we have another stub axle somewhere. I get hold of the person that did it, so we don't know where the original's gone. It never came in the stuff that came with the car. And it's put us in a really frustratingly difficult position, as with most of the other things that have been missing or not on or with this car. It sucks. We've been able to defeat most of these other problems and overcome most of these other issues, but I'm not sure what we're gonna do about this one. Oh, okay, so we're gonna raid another car. This is Ben's. Was his street car, now it's turning into a parts car the way it's going. I don't even know what diff I've got under the Skyline. I have a very low diff. There we go. I cannot see my own diff. It's looking a lot nicer. I've got to get some 3 bolts into the Marco Motorsport or into the power chain. Just hold that in place. We do have some steering column plastics, however we're probably gonna have to put a quick release onto this as well. So for now, ease of access, it's probably easier just leaving it as is. Cars, they say, they're fun. They say they are fun. They're so much fun, but they can be very difficult and very frustrating at times too. 4 AM and we are on to the final bits. We've solved the diff issue. Ben had to raid his S13 and donate the diff and the axles to this. Whether temporary or permanent, I don't know yet, but at least the car will be able to run on the dyno. And we know for a fact that the diff is working.
Was.
It can do a skid. It is a proven skid diff. Whereas the other one I think was an
but I don't
LSD.
think you'd ever cop the power that Lokisx is about to chuck through this.
But it's orange. That's kind of ironic and funny. For whatever reason you painted your diff orange many a year ago, and it has somehow ended up in the most orange of orange S chassis around. Roughly 3 hours. This thing will be on the dyno if everything all goes well here. We're still going to move 4 cars to get it out of the garage. Well, technically 5 cars and a motor and 2 wheels. We need a shed, a bigger shed. A workshop would be amazing right now, but hey, if this has taught you guys anything in the last couple of days, it's you can build cars without hoists in tiny little garden sheds that are definitely not suited or set up to build race cars. And if there's a will, there's a way. We're not going to put the front bar on for the dyno tomorrow because we want as maximum amount of airflow as possible, but we've put in the old knuckles and LCAs, 50mm forward rack from Wisefab that we've welded in, so it should have a decent amount of lock. It is not the initial desired outcome with the Just Engineering lock kit, which unfortunately, big thanks to UPS kindly sabotaging that one, but maybe Sam can pull some strings and get it sent down to Melbourne just before the event, or maybe we can pick it up en route on our way to Sydney. I don't know. If you're wondering, if you come to the event, if you come to the LZ World Tour down in Melbourne, it will be awesome to see you guys. It will be awesome to meet you. Honestly, the amount of editing I have to catch up on, by the time you see this, it's probably going to be over. So if I did meet you down there, it was awesome, and it has to be awesome. I'm preempting here, but it's an LZ World Tour event. It's gonna be sick. But if you do have questions about this car, please come see us. Please come have a chat. We're more than happy to talk about it, and please don't hold anything against us. A little get you by things that you may see on this car. It has been a crazy build. It's been build a freaking race car in 4 days, using bits and pieces or missing bits, or you know, putting a car together without knowing where anything is, kind of thing, or you know, if it had anything, which for most of this car, yeah, most of that stuff has been a game of where's Wally, or a game of holy crap, where do we get this from, in a very short amount of time. I'm gonna take my Sharpies down to the event with me, and if I get time I'll finish the other half of Sam's Bay, but for now it's gonna stay like that because that has not taken priority over getting the motor sorted, getting the gear. We still gotta put a new clutch sleeve and clutch master in because it has failed. Something's going on here and the seal is just not sealing, it's not pumping the fluid down, and it's not activating the clutch. So we technically have no clutch right now, and we didn't have a diff as of an hour ago. But not to worry, Sam and I have already had a chat about what the future is roughly for this car and what it's going to look like. So I can tell you in the very near future this car will be out at probably Queensland Raceway and multiple other local probably events, and things will constantly be happening with this. You can pretty much consider this Sammit's Australian LZ equivalent car. Been doing a couple of practice days with it to do some shakeouts for him to come back over and drive it competitively and come have some fun. So keep an eye out for this car if you do see it around, and definitely come say hi if you see myself or Sam. Oh, we're doing the slave. Son, we have got to stop meeting like this. It is too early for this.